Good morning. Today is the 31st of October 2020. It is the second blue moon, or it's called the blue moon. It's the second full moon of October. Very powerful energy today. We are entering the month of November with the 11-11 coming up, Mercury going out of retrograde next week. So quite a lot happening. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, and we're recording this from Howick, South Africa. I call upon our Heavenly Holy Principal Creator of all that is, was, and ever can be. As we give thanks for being able to come together in this way, I call upon the essence of our Holy Father, Mother God, our Heavenly Holy Principal Creator of all that is, was, and ever can be, to bless us this day and to give unto us the gift of perseverance, belief, trust, so that we can be strong, all of us, at a time like this, where the earth is facing such negative energies and everyone is affected. We call upon and invoke the presence of the 9 beings of light that oversees our energy field, our personal energy fields, as well as the energy field in this space, as well as creating a protective shield around you wherever you are as you may listen to this. We call upon Archangel Michael, Lord Jesus the Christ, Lord Metatron, Saint Germain, Lord Kuthumi, Archangel Ariel, Lord Ganesh, Lord Melchizedek and Lord Maitreya, to protect us against all negativity projected towards us by any and all beings, consciously and unconsciously, incarnate and discarnate, from the north, the south, the east, the west, from above, from below, as also from within, to ground us within the light of Christ, so that at any and all times we are fully grounded, fully protected, and fully connected. To bless us with His Excalibur sword of truth, so that our truth always is and remains our communicating and motivating force of light. We call upon the orders of creation, the angels, the archangels, the solar archangels, the ladies and the lords of light, the cherubim, the seraphim. We call upon the Kohan and the mighty Elohim, the creators of form, as we ask these beings of light to shine their light upon us, each one of us, not only those that are here listening to this and reading it, but everyone upon this planet. We set the intent for healing to take place on an individual level and a collective level. As we place all of those that we love within this healing light, and we ask for a special dispensation from Saint Germain to blast His violet flame throughout this planet, to destroy all negativity, and to light up beautiful violet flames of new creation, new opportunity, and complete transformation. We need it. We are desperate. We plead for your help. And we give you every right from our higher self to intervene in situations where intervention is needed. We call upon those within the star realms to bring their energy closer, to bring their hand at helping us. I know they're not here to save us, but we need help, and we call upon this help. I call upon our guides and guardians and all of those who have left, that we have known and not known in this life, that we've been related to and be friends with in this life, as well as our team, our angelic team. We ask all of these beings to create a magnificent circle of divine protection and love, a portal to connect us with worlds between worlds. We ask this portal to remain open, to guide us, to give us direction, to give us loving support, and to bring us into a new way of thinking and being, to be in the right place at the right time, all the time. To be in the divine space that we've been born to be in. We also give unto you, from our higher self, divine permission to guide us and to help us, for we need help. Call upon the essence of the earth. Lady Gaia, thank you for allowing us the divine gift of this visit, this lifetime. Thank you for accommodating us through our awakening, through our studies and our eternal yearning for ascension. Thank you for taking care of us, for allowing us to breathe off you, to breed on you, to feed off you, to live on you. As we give thanks for all the blessings that this earth gives us, ever striving to be in a divine space of only being support of her instead of destroying her. We give thanks to the elemental energies in much the same way. For Gaia cannot be without elements, and neither can we. We call upon and give thanks to the essence of Ascended Master Kuthumi and Goddess Diana, as we thank them for divine love and enlightenment and the teachings of love they've given us over the years. We invoke the essence this day to share with us all of that which is needed to be shared, for it to be in the greatest of integrity and truth. Thank you for giving us hope. Thank you for not giving us on us, even at times when we've given up on ourselves. Thank you for being our teachers. Thank you for guiding us through these journeys. We honor you in that and all that you do. And so be it. I am Kuthumi, and I come forward upon the rays of love and wisdom to greet thee at this time, and to gift unto thee a divine blessing of inspiration. Greetings, beloved. Inspiration is a wonderful gift. It is not the gift of this teaching, it is a mere gift of the day. Beloved ones, inspiration is what gets you going. We have shared during the last transmission a teaching regarding to self-realization and self-awareness, awareness in general. We took you through the process of getting to the point where you can begin to understand that where self-realization and self-awareness is a mighty gift that you need to work on and at, which takes you into a place of sacred realization. We shared that you needed the cognizance to be able to have the awareness to understand all of that. And the understanding thereof, or shall we say, the birth of the understanding thereof, is what we wish to discuss today. This is all about the new you. These teachings are not more keys or more keynotes in the sense that it will change and transform or divert the energy of the meditation that we've given you and the teachings that goes along with it, but very much to support and bring through a greater understanding for you to be able to perceive the new you, and in so doing to be able to work with that energy and, importantly, share that energy to others and amongst others. And that is why it is so important to be in a space of inspiration. For the first, shall we say, gift of codes or keys, whichever way you prefer to refer to these, of getting into the new you, is to realize that you have to become aware, and as with everything else, always with the self and then unto all. So that inner awareness, that inner stimulation of wanting to be cognizant of that which life gives you, brings you into a state of realization, self-realization. And once you are able to transcend the transgressions of the limited mind, and you are able to proceed onto the freeway of forgiveness and non-judgment and unconditional love, or striving towards unconditional love, that is when this process speeds up. It has a complete injection, a forward propulsion of energy, and that's when it sets you onto the journey of true self-realization, or in the higher essence, your samadhi. To get there, you need to be inspired. Inspiration is the blessing of the day. For you to be able to understand things in a better way. So, although you have the self-realization and the awareness, you need the understanding and the perception thereof to be able to be on your way. For all of that to happen, you always need inspiration. Now, what inspires you? Different strokes for different folks, as they say. Inspiration comes in many forms and packages. But the inspiration I wish for you to tap into and work with this day, or for this teaching, is that of understanding and perception. So those will be the two next codes. What does the essence of understanding and perception mean to you? What does it mean to anyone? Beloved ones, the most simplest way to bring this through is if you think back of yourself as a little one, learning things. You first learned things. You just learned it. You were taught the alphabet, you were taught to count. You did your ABCs, and you did whatever you did in whichever language and in whichever form and whichever presentation. You counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You didn't know what it meant. You didn't understand it. You simply did it because you were taught it. Then, when the thinking mind and your perceiving mind begins to blossom from about the age of 6 onwards, you actually begin to understand the essence behind that. Why do I count? Why would I need to count? You begin to understand that unless you learn to count, you will hardly ever make it through school. You will not be able to work with money, with figures, and you will not be able to communicate properly with people. It will be very difficult. You begin to understand the reality behind your alphabet and how that comes together in word format, creating words, creating sentences, and through that you are able to communicate. If you do not have that, your communication could be very trying. Obviously depending on the situation that you find yourself within, and there are exceptions. These things were given to you as a lesson, as we give lessons for you to study or learn or integrate. Sometimes you don't quite understand why we do things the way we do. But eventually you do perceive the plan behind it. When you look at things from a higher or a different perspective, you are able to perceive and understand what is behind the method. And sometimes, most times, there's great method in madness. For you may think, this is crazy, that is mad. How can we learn this? What do we do this for? But the method in there comes clear as your perception thereof increases, and therefore you are able to come into a better understanding thereof. And these are the energies that awakens the spiral of new life. And it does this with the blessing of inspiration. If you are not inspired to do anything, you do nothing. When a person is not inspired to better themselves in the sense that they wish to educate themselves, that they wish to learn more on a certain subject, that they wish to explore more about life, that they wish to create a life for themselves, that they wish to have the financial abundance and the focus thereon to shift their world, that they wish to have a baby or 2 or 3. Whatever you create within your life needs some form of inspiration. It is for that reason that many fall short or fall by the wayside when it comes to being forced to do things against their will. The better you can allow a child to perceive why they need to go to school, the quicker they will understand that their input in the project called school is entirely for themselves. Even though their parents may have the proverbial stick behind their ear, they must come to the understanding that that which they are putting themselves through is for their benefit. They may initially entertain the fact that the benefit thereof is to make the parent proud of them, for that is how the mind works. There's this ever give and take of energy. The problem with that is it's It is perceived through the lower ego, often and first, in all cases. So don't get excited. In all cases, you think to yourself, I will be a good boy or a good girl because if I learn my ABC, my mommy and my daddy will be exceptionally proud of me because I know my ABC, and then I will definitely get a sucker this afternoon. There is always something in it for me at an ego level. But once that child is able to perceive, to open its perception, to integrate, like we said in the last lesson, and to assimilate their own realization, their own self-awareness, they will then begin to understand that through inspiration, they are actually working on a plan for themselves. For if they could but project years ahead, where they are going to find themselves in their lives as an adult, away from mummy and daddy, away from the cushions of life, they will understand that that is a nest that they are creating for themselves. And they are only creating that nest for one reason. And that, initially, of course, is survival. But through inspiration, you can perceive things in a different light. And if you can perceive them in a different light, your receptors grabs in, you can understand them in a different way. And if you could understand the reasons why you do the things you do and why you need to tap into or listen or learn what you need to learn, you will come to the self-realization and the awareness through assimilation and integration that all of this is actually only about you. It is your choice whether you wish to go and procreate. It is your choice whether you wish to go and duplicate yourself. Do you want to clone yourself? Yes, have a baby. It is your choice. You take a droplet of yourself with a droplet of another, you put the two together, and through the miracle of creation, you now have a little clone, you have a little duplicate of yourself. Little thing, screams and shouts and carries on like you did. Until you learn through inspiration to perceive things in a different light, your perceive ability, and therefore to bring through a greater and a grander understanding of where you are at, why you are there, what you need to do there, and where to go to from here. And that is what inspiration gives to you. This is the new you. Beloved ones, I can sit here and babble until you're blue in the face. The teachings that I'm giving to you now, although it may seem to you trivial at some spot or in some stage, these are the things you need to understand and get under your belt for your new you to shine through. Every one of you on this planet are at this time busy formulating a new you. Believe it or not. Every single person that is going to want to continue life in the old way, with the old means, with the old understanding and the old perception thereof, is going to find it rather challenging. For this is a new time. You are in process of waking up a new world, and it's happening. Believe me, it is happening. Yes, some of you may cry that it's not happening fast enough. It's happening. Cry, baby, it's happening. It cannot happen any faster. For there need to be an understanding of why it's happening. There need to be wider receptors to give you a proper perception of why it's happening for you to be able to understand it. And I'm not addressing just every one of you here that may listen or read these words, or may tap into these words through some unknown gravitational source. I'm addressing every single person on this planet of yours. Now is the time to get inspired, to be inspirited, to be inspired by something different. And that different, beloved ones, is the new you. Every one of you are breaking out of this, are birthing from yourself, are creating this amazing chrysalis to evolve, to ascend in consciousness first. But to become the evolution that you think about, that you dream about, and that you deserve. Therefore, everyone is going through change. And it is the change within the network that brings this shift that makes everyone so nervous. If you always do what you always did, you will always get what you always got. This shift, this change, is a new inspirational platform that invites everyone onto its stage. And it says to everyone, bring your new talents, bring your new perceptions. Let us sit together and create a general understanding. And therefore we are able to understand each other. And if we are able to begin to understand each other, then so too can we give this understanding off to another. And through that we can inspire them, for them to awaken to the inner awareness, and through that birth into self-realization. So, self-realization in this part of the teaching is truly, truly the fruit on the tree. It is something that is so amazing. And as I mentioned in the last transmission, self-awareness is on par with unconditional love. It is something so great and so huge and so phenomenal, yet it exists within a micro pinprick within you. And that awareness, that blessing of deeper perception and understanding can be given to you every day through the gift of inspiration. Therefore we bless you with inspiration for you to come into a new perception of what this world is about. And believe me, this world is changing faster than you actually realize. Beloved ones, this month you have the 1111 portal. A new influx of energy and light. You know I do prefer or I enjoy to refer to this 11:11 as the solstice of self. Yes, that's how I refer to it. The solstice of self. For the 11:11, that's what it awakes within. The great master, the number 22. The solstice of self is, as always, a preparation for what's to come, the universal solstice. Now, in this solstice of self, this 11:11, whenever you see those energies, those figures, 11:11, which creates the 22, which is, of course, the master of self. The gift here is be still. There's such a massive influx of new, when we say new, shall we say refined sparkles or energies of light, pockets of light. There is a great solar energy behind all of this. We've been talking about this also for some time. You're hearing it through other channels. So, inside the self, as I've explained, you have the solar energies that activates higher thought, or that works through the higher self, which I have explained previously. This is the time where, as you tap into this higher thought energies, this higher essence of yourself, your divine solar self, the personality of your divine solar self, as we've explained previously. We may ask this channel to include some of this in this transcript, but I'm not going to repeat it. It's there. This is beginning to perceive yourself as in the meditation as light, as energy. And as you understand, begin to realize that your energy is on par with all other energy. You are just energy. And this is what you come to understand once you are able to release all the shock and all the trauma and all the lower thought forms attached to transition, to death. Once you are able to release that and understand that that physical body was yours just for that lifetime, it's gone now. Thank goodness. You don't have to take it with you. You can leave it behind. It will be disposed of. Some people will create a ceremony around it. Others will sit and cry over it. Some may long for it. Whatever it is, respect it for what it is. But it is no more. So that which you are left with is this flame essence. And when you see or when you are able to comfortably be in your own space as a spirit being and that higher solar self, you will understand that as with all energy, you are energy. It's the same thing. The difference is that you can create energy. But energy can't create you. Creation created you. That is sacred. But you can create many things. You can allow energy to change and transform you, but it cannot destroy you. You cannot destroy it. You can change it, you can transform it. You are energy. And as the Creator created energy, it created you as an energy. Therefore, everything is always equal, yet it's not. It becomes complicated. But for now, to be in the simplicity of this teaching is for you to understand that to integrate the new you, to be more comfortable in your skin, to be more present in this perfect, beautiful life that you are creating for yourself, you need to be inspired to do things in a new way, to create new, to embrace new, to craft and be creative, newly, in a new way. And then to do, of course, all in your God-given living power, to share this gift with others, to share this inspiration. And that's why we always say, be the teacher that you want to be the change you see in the world. When you solve a problem, don't solve it from the same level, and all of that is because you are now coming to a stage on this very, very shaky energy of your planet, where through this divine solar energies, this higher fire energies, this sacred flame, within, without, all around, you are being asked to begin to see things in a new light, to be able to perceive them differently, therefore to bring through a greater understanding so that you can step into an awareness of your self-realization. And to do all that, we plant the seeds of inspiration for you. For inspiration inevitably always works with nurture, as you have been taught in your meditation. So we leave it at that. We will do this bit by bit, step by step. And beloved ones, we sincerely hope and pray that you will inspire yourself and others to step into a higher frequency. That you will work on yourself and your energy field, for it is imperative to find some direction at the moment. The world has gone mad. Don't be in it. Separate yourself from the madness, but be in support thereof. For if anyone needs to understand something or perceive something, or they come to you wanting to know more, now is the time to put on your light worker big boots and be the light that you are. You have the information, you have the teachings. Share this with others. Sharing is caring. You know that. There's going to be huge changes on your planet. Beloved ones, there is already such massive changes from an energy point of view, from an energetic point of view, from portals opening up on this planet that has never happened before in the history of this planet. There is so much light coming onto this world, for that is what it needs. And yes, you are still clearing, you are still cleansing, and much is still flowing within a dark current underneath and within. But with each new day and each new thought of inspiration, that is bubbling up, and it will soon explode. It will explode in its own power and splash all over. Maybe that's one of the better reasons for wearing a mask, is not to get caught up in the dirt when it explodes. Don't get hooked on the power of negativity. The scales of judgment is such a fine line that you've got to work on or work with. So don't even get involved in that. I understand it's difficult. I understand that it's not always to be easy to be inspired, especially when everything else works against. But you know the secret. What is the first secret? The ultimate secret of survival is stay in flow. Energy follows the path of least resistance. So find the path of that energy and flow. It may take you to different surrounds. It may ask you to perceive things in a different way, therefore to bring through a greater understanding, for you to step into your awareness, to step in your self-realization. And it may be a journey completely opposite to that which you've grown accustomed to. But the question here is, if everything is changing, why are you not changing? You must change. For you to embrace the new world, you must become a new you. And that's what's happening. Stand up, be bold, be loud. You don't have to be a loudspeaker. But be who you are. Don't hide away in the dark. Or, should I rephrase that? Don't hide away in your light. You understand, people perceive things the way they perceive things. Don't hide away in your light. Come out. Blossom. Flower. And be that beautiful sparkle of this new world that you find yourself within. Beloved ones, the time for idling is over. Now is the time to propel yourself into a direction of new inspirational thought and choice. We ask you to visualize a magnificent diamond floating above your head. A sparkling diamond energy just above your energy field. We ask you to visualize a magnificent ruby energy in the area of the base. And for those of you that are new to this, the area of the base is the crutch line, or in your words, punch line. For you are obsessed with it until you've come to understand it and perceive it in a different way. I'm talking about sexuality, that is, of course. Now I want you to take that ruby and I want you to expand it into the earth so that the ruby connects with the flow of the earth through your feet, through your earth chakra, into the earth. Now visualize that same ruby expanding, moving up through your chakras, up through the top of your head, up through the diamond energy, and it follows the line of your torus. So you place yourself within a ruby torus that are connected to the earth. Now visualize the diamond energy at the top, above your 8th chakra, flowing into your body through all of your chakras, through the bottom, through the base, forming the same torus energy around, yet this torus is connected to the cosmos, and the ruby torus is connected to the earth. Visualize yourself in this state of being, this diamond light, the new frequency of the planet, the ever-increasing and most powerful ruby energy to ground you firmly onto the planet. And as we've said in your meditation, because a lot of the teachings that we are sharing with you now has already been in your meditation, but we're now sharing it to you from a different aspect, from a higher perception and a greater understanding. And therefore understand this. Between the worlds of infinite possibility and present reality, embrace the gifts that this diamond and this diamond crystalline and this ruby crystalline gives unto you. For the diamond is connected to the flow of the cosmos, and the ruby is connected to the flow of the earth. For that's where you are. You are a divine spark, floating in between the two. It is what these teachings are about. So between the gifts of the present reality and the infinite possibility of what's out there, take the gifts that this gives you and be the change you wish to see in others. Be that within yourself first. Step into a new vibrational frequency, a higher essence of yourself. Make sure that you are working on that. And I promise you, as you do so, so your world will be transformed. Hear these words. Step into a higher frequency of yourself. Transform yourself through what inspires you. And as you do so, embrace the gifts that this gives you. Between the opportunity of an infinite possibility and a present reality, take these gifts and make it work for you. It's time to wake up. Wake up. It's time to take on your gifts. It's time to embrace your Christ consciousness within. It's time to give thanks to creation for the wondrous gifts you've been blessed with. It's time to make those gifts work for you, to expand on that, for you to be the best that you can be. We will meet again soon, where we will further explore this world of the new you. May the light of the living Christ be within you, now and always, in all ways. I am Kuthumi. I am the Lord and the Master Koan of the Golden Ring of Love and Wisdom, and I greet and I bless thee in love. I'd like to thank Spirit. I'd like to thank Kuthumi for the message today. I'd like to thank each of you that may hear this. that may read this, that may benefit from this. I'd like to thank all the beings that we work with, our guides and guardians. And above all, I'd like to thank our Creator for sending light and love, healing and hope into our world. And so